The seasons are a part of it, whether we like it or whether we don't. I'm sitting outside and the leaves are changing colors. The wind is blowing. It's a little chilly out. The sun is going down. And I myself am just a little uncomfortable. My hands are starting to kind of numb. My body heat's slowing down, lowering itself, and the wind's just continuing to blow and continuing to blow. And all of these characteristics of what I'm seeing around me are just a reminder that the seasons are going to change. Life is going to change whether we are ready for it or whether we are not. It's up to us to identify and acknowledge the environment around us changing, the conditions changing, and from there, doing everything in our power that we can to acclimate to the new season ahead. And as a 29-year-old young man who right now is going through a life change and the seasons changing in his whole life, the only thing that I can remind myself of to keep me going, to keep me getting through it, is accepting that the seasons are going to change whether I like it or not, and it is in my power, it is my responsibility to continue to move through it, to continue to warm myself up, to keep the movement in my body going, to keep the progress in my life moving forward in order to get through and push through the seasons changing. And although the seasons are changing and I can't control that, what I can control are the actions and the inputs that I'm putting into life. And regardless of what the outputs may be, what may come from those inputs, as long as I am confident and I am intentional and I am preparing myself quite well for the seasons, right? Now that we're going into the wintertime, it would be advantageous of me, it would be advantageous of us to throw on jackets, to wear gloves, to put on some layers, to maybe not sit here just on a bench, not really creating any type of body heat or exercising anything. I got my bike back here, and on the way here I was just fine because I'm working, I'm pedaling, and the body heat is up. But right now, as I stay stagnant, I begin to feel cold. I begin to feel the effects of what it is to not move. And I think that can be shared and that can be said in the same way, or that can be expressed in a way about life. As soon as we are stagnant, I'm not putting in the work towards calling my insurance leads, or I'm not hitting the gym, or maybe I'm spending too much time with friends, with people that don't move me towards the next goal or the next mountain. I then see how that stagnation creates a coldness, it creates a level of anxiety and fight or flight, in the sense that, that cold, when we're out in the environment and we're underprepared, it's like I've got to get somewhere warm. Turned off the mic, my bad. It's either we got to get somewhere warm, or man, this is going to get real rough and I'm going to get sick. I'm going to develop some sort of hypothermia, frostbite, whatever it may be. But that uncomfortability ultimately moves us forward. And so, as a 29-year-old in life right now, going through this transition of seasons in my life, I am just pinpointing and I guess creating an awareness around why I feel so uncomfortable at like just I'm so at unease. I feel that there is so much tension and so much anxiety built up in me, and it's because I'm not taking the steps to prepare for the next season in life. And so here I am just out in the cold, figuratively and hypothetically, uncomfortable and in a fight or flight, trying to figure out if I'm going to survive, how I'm going to survive, and thinking about it so much that it's leading me to inaction, at least inaction in ways that will move me towards this season or move me through this season to the other side in order to, you know, gain some body temperature, get hot, get uncomfortable, but get comfortable in the uncomfortability. I'm reminded of the dynamic of buffalo and its story. See, the buffalo on the prairies in Montana, they're herd animals. And in the winter times in Montana, when these gigantic blizzards roll through, the bison pack together, and it's instinctive in them that they don't run away from the storm. They're aware, and of years and years of survival and instinct, they know that they cannot outrun the blizzards. And so the only choice that they're left with is to run through the blizzards. And by running through the blizzards, it may be uncomfortable for a moment, but by running through the blizzards, they actually get through the blizzards much quicker than as if they were running alongside the blizzards and essentially just staying covered and underneath the blizzards. And so it's just a observation that I'm having in life with where I am, and the uncomfortability that I'm feeling is just a self-analysis of I'm not running through the blizzard enough. I'm hesitant to take the full leap of faith going forward. I'm unsure of where it's going to lead, what it's going to look like, how I'm going to make it. And that ultimately is a lack of faith in the Most High God that I know up until this point of 29 years in life has brought me to this point and has got me through absolutely everything and has allowed me periods of great growth, of great thriving, but also of failure and of what I would call as a human letdown and of defeat and of lesson building, of lesson bringing. And I'm feeling at a very pivotal moment in life where it's I got to give it all to God, and I've got to not only like believe that mentally, spiritually, emotionally, but I've got to live it through my actions, and I've got to be a vessel that expresses belief through his action, not only by the words and the thoughts that he thinks and articulates. And an observation that I'm making, and I'm trying to find my voice in how I share my message here on social media and on YouTube, and by not forcing messages, by not thinking that I have it all together, or not trying to showcase that I have it all together, which I think I've done in the past. And although I've never had it all together, I surely felt that I've I've done well, or I've had it at least put together a little bit enough to go back and share with people, and kind of have that sense of confidence. And I don't know if it's because I'm fully pivoting away from, video and photo, which I've been doing for so long for creators in the wedding industry, for sports teams, for corporate companies, and going into insurance, and also kind of just starting up my own, talking face to face, sharing and documenting my life and the thoughts that I have within it and the journey that I am on. It's just completely different, and it's kind of going from being really good at something to, starting from the bottom up. And to me, it's a humbling feeling, and I have to continually check my ego at the door, because I do feel that it is the one thing that's in the way right now, that's that's that I'm allowing to step in front of me fully moving forward in this new direction in life. And so this is just a reminder to those out there, man, that like be the bison, or be the buffalo and move through the storm, And one thing that I was talking to my mom about on the phone was the self sabotage that I continually inflict upon myself through overthinking and through thinking that I've got to have the entire plan figured out before I can take action. Yeah, it feels good to just even talk to you guys about it. And um, yeah, that's just where I'm at right now, November 12th, 2024. And really feel like I'm at ground zero and that, you know, God's breaking me down and putting that pressure on me because He has something much greater and so much bigger in store for me. But if I'm not willing to take the time to reform and take steps forward towards the direction and the path that He's calling me towards, then it's only going to be a lost opportunity. And so I just want to thank you guys for all watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.